VR Chat, one of the biggest 3D social media, functions as a metaverse for most of the common people, has become quite a trend among the young people. A significant community has been established gradually since the launch of VR Chat, date back to 2014. One of the most interesting features here is users can obtain, customize, or create their own 3D in-game characters called avatar to present themselves digitally. Today, I will interview Simone Verduzzi, an Italian creative technologist currently working in Milano. He has a long time experience in taking cultural and artistic activities in VR chat. With him, let's talk about what an avatar means here and what modern internet social phenomena is taking place in this community.
Hey, Brosh.
Salve, mi senti?
Yes, yes, yes. Hello. Okay. So I sent you some question. I wanna ask you about the identity of avatars. Like the first question is how did you choose your avatar? How did it represent your identity? Uh, how do you put your personal identification through your avatar selection?
Yeah, I spent a lot of time thinking about this because when you can be whatever you want, what actually you want to be? What shape do you want to have? So I spent way too much time trying to understand my digital and virtual body. Then, since I'm a creator and we worked on a project, we created a sort of entire world and aesthetic. So I tried to find myself in this body.
Oh, that sounds really interesting. Like, how did you about the expressions of the avatar? Like, what kind of way you feel that avatars allow you to express part of your personality or identity that you might not express in the real world?
I think that is not too much in our case. In my case, about expression or definition is more about the, let's say, character style, uniqueness overall. Because in VRChat you have tens of thousands of avatars, and
Mm-hmm.
people share them for free, so you can use anybody. Having, let's say, a custom one makes you feel a bit unique.
Thank you. And about this topic, is like, how do you feel? You think avatar affect the way others perceive it and the interaction with the other users in VR chat? Because it's like very open, like a lot of people hanging around here. Like, how do you feel yourself using your avatar interaction with the other players? That doesn't like sometimes bothers you or sometimes give you more creative mindset, kind of.
I think it's really interesting because in real life you only have one body and one you can see only one reaction that people have to you because you're that person. In VR chat, since you can change your appearance, you can provoke reactions that you didn't even think would have been possible. Like, for example, for me, as a guy, as a boy, as a man, nobody tells you you're cute or whatever.
Yeah,
In
yes.
VRChat, I see a lot of men using avatars that are more feminine or cute, and it's just way more open. And there is this community is pretty amazing.
Yes. And as we know, you are a creative figure, creative technologist, as you define yourself. Like from this point of view, like from the technical perspective, what are the some most innovative ways you have seen avatars used to enhance personal expression in VR chat?
I would say that most of the times it's people really getting crazy with effects like shader effects or particles, and I'm really into like sort of YouTuber that does these pranks in VR. And So he customizes avatars to adapt in different situations, and he creates small scenes in which he changes avatar to incorporate to make people live the scene that he has in his mind. Sometimes he make pranks, sometimes it's more complex stuff, but yeah.
Cool, cool. And also because like every avatar they must have a cultural like significance more or less. Like there's no avatar made with like zero consideration of cultural background within. So like do you think there's a cultural significance like widespreadly how people choose and customize their avatars? Like what does they say about community in VR chat?
I think that the starting point that we have to start thinking is that the internet community is made of people that love anime and otakus, and that kind of community really find immediately a home here because you can be anybody, and there is a virtual 3D space where you can move in, you can customize, you can spend time with other people. And so I think that this part is interesting.
Okay. And in your point of view, how does VR chat change the way people interact compared to the like the other platforms? For example, Spatial, Second Life, the other like metaverses we say.
I really think that we can see similarities between a sort of a forum community, like a
Yeah.
more open community with a lot of small communities inside, and the social media. Let's say VRChat in this case is our forum where you can find everything, and social media is where there is a selection of everything. It's filtered. There is brands. In VRChat, brands cannot exist because the community is real and user-generated content is not that controlled, not too much. So in spatial and that other examples are more like nice walled gardens. You can explore a bit, but you have big limits. In here, the limits for now is imagination.
Yes, yes, I'm totally agree with you. The last question is: have you noticed any unique cultural norms that have developed specifically in VR chat?
I'm really into the concept of mirror dwelling that I saw developing in VRChat. That is people talking and spending time in front of mirrors instead of let's say looking at each other like in real life would do. And
Mm-hmm.
this is a real specific thing that you don't see in other communities, not online and not in real life. But yeah, there is a name for this phenomenon is mirror dwelling. So we really reached the point where we need a name to define it because it's so big in this community.
Okay. Okay. The general question, like to wrap up the whole interview, is like let's take a look at the future. It's like how do you use this kind of like roles of avatar evolving in the future of virtual reality and personal identity? Let's think that not only in VR chat, not only in the metaverse, we say now we have probably in the near future where when the virtual reality technology become more common, become more acting like a personal computing unit like cell phone we have today. Like this kind of when this era comes, like how do you feel? How do you foreseen the avatars? Like how is the importance and cultural significance behind these can end up to?
I think that the entire concept of identity would be put in discussion because I don't think that one, like in VRChat, I choose to have this shape and then I will have this shape for the rest of my days. I can change it now or tomorrow or whenever. So I think like physical identity will become more of a like an accessory, a style idea. Your representation can change as fast as your ideas, as our social media right now.
Yes.
So in my opinion, there would be like this sort of ultra customization and no actual limit. Then I'm a hopeful person. So I hope that the open source and peer-to-peer situation will keep up, like their chat, like we are saying, is user-generated content. So it's not like a brand selling me a sweater, but it's somebody that thought that the sweater was cool and wanted to implement in the world.
Yes, yes, and I have this similar kind of view like you, because I also think the thing we have already now is somehow is already amazing, but let's imagine more possibility and the openness of this whole like spatial computing era that change also the phenomena of modern society and internet community. That's the yeah, that's basically the topic of the interview. We have basically wrapped up everything. And thank you, Simone. Thank you for
Thank you.
joining me. Yes, thank you. See you.
Bye.
See
Have a
you.
nice day.
Bye. Have a nice day. Ciao.